Welcome, 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 my Instagram friends. Jenn Berkelman's here, coach to sensitive souls, those who struggle with the overwhelm and emotional fatigue that comes with being highly sensitive. I guide them to finding that inner groundedness and connectedness to our bodies through meditation, energy work, and mindfulness practices to help be able to navigate sensitivity in a busy, noisy, and chaotic world. Welcome, 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 everyone. I thank you for being here. And if you're watching the replay, please say hello. I'd love to say hello back. Just say replay in the comments there. So today I kind of wanted to talk about the zigzag journey that we can take in our wellness journey, and why it looks more like a zigzag. Hello, welcome. So happy to have you here. Why it looks more like a zigzag pattern, up and down, and it's, we think it's this, but it's not. It's more like this. And so, when I first started, working towards my own health and wellness and trying to be more connected, I thought it was, going to be like this. And I thought, every time that I had what felt like a setback, or I took a step, 2 steps forward, 1 step back, I was very hard on myself and judged myself pretty harshly, and thinking that I was doing something wrong, and that I didn't have enough motivation, and I didn't have enough, what's the word? Like, I just didn't have the consistency, and, that I wasn't doing enough. And us HSPs tend to be very perfectionistic and wanting to do things, I guess, the right way. And so I was very hard on myself. And it took me a while to realize that the up and down part of it is very normal. And specifically, what I've learned recently is more around energy. And in that, I talked about this in another episode that I did about vibration, like increasing our vibration. But basically, when we start to do things for our health, our wellness, to feel better, whether it's working out and it's physical activity, physical movement, whether it's to do with our diet, cutting out sugar, increasing our water intake, trying to get more sleep, whether it has to do with our mind and doing mindset work and what we're listening to and reading, spirituality, meditation, whatever it is, all of those things will help to increase our vibrational level energetically. And when that happens, it shakes loose the shadows, right? So we bring in the light, and the shadows come out, okay? And by shadows, I mean old patterns, beliefs. It's basically, it's blocked energy, if we're talking in energetic terms. And when that comes out, it's going to be uncomfortable. And if we're not prepared for it, if we don't know that it's going to happen, and even if we know it's going to happen, because this still happens in my journey, we may revert to old habits to find comfortable because we're uncomfortable with what's coming up. And as well, especially with food, sometimes we'll be reaching, like, I know when I'm feeling uncomfortable because uncomfortable energy is coming up, I reach for heavy foods to kind of push it down. So heavy meaning fatty, sugary, like just really heavy type foods. But we do these things, and then we're going up, and then we have that down period, right? But even if we go down a little bit, we'll still be higher than we were before. We're going up and then down and then up and then down, if that makes sense. Each time we're shedding layers, right? We're still unpacking and releasing energy. And so the one thing I want to note is that because this is a normal part of, our wellness journey, it's important to realize that we're not doing anything wrong. So one of the things in my journey that I can kind of give as an explanation or as an example would be like, okay, I'm meditating every day, or I'm meditating twice a day, and all of a sudden I feel super stuck or super anxious. And suddenly I think, well, okay, I'm doing the work, right? Like, I'm doing the meditation. What am I doing wrong? And so we're so conditioned around thinking that these energies and that we're so conditioned around certain feelings that come up, feelings, emotions, bodily sensations, that they're wrong, that we automatically assume we're doing something wrong. But the energetic body is so intelligent, it's bringing it forward to be healed, right? And so even with me knowing what I know, I still revert to, what am I doing wrong sometimes? And so I have to think, oh, I'm not doing anything wrong. This is coming up. It's here to be seen. It's here to be experienced. It's here to be healed. And I'm not doing anything wrong. The anxiety isn't here as a result of something I did. Well, it is in a way that it's being brought up, but it's not a punishment, right? And another example that might resonate more versus anxiety would be like sleep, right? Whenever my sleep gets thrown off, I'm thinking, okay, what did I eat? Maybe I did something wrong, like I'm not drinking enough water, and there are maybe aspects of that, like if I'm in my meditation, I may get guidance, okay, maybe I do need more of this or less of this, but it's not about doing anything wrong, right? Like maybe the reason I can't sleep is because my body's processing energy and it's just restless, and so it's a shifting in mentality of there's nothing wrong here. It's just here to be seen and to be healed, and there's a message here in the body. And that's when it's time to go in and stop using the head and kind of sit with the body and see what is here. What do I need to know? What do I need to do? What does my body need right now? Yeah, so I'm going to try and think if there was anything else I wanted to discuss around that. The zigzag, there's nothing wrong. Yeah, it's like, I when I'm really struggling, one of my favorite things to tell myself is everything is here to help me. Even if I can't see why or see the big picture, everything is here to help me. And trying to have faith and trust in that for myself. Yeah, so that's just been my personal experience and what works for me. Yeah, so I just wanted to share that. I hope that is helpful. If you have any questions or comments, as always, I'd love to hear them. And yeah, I think that's it for tonight, my friends. I wish you a wonderful evening. For those of my friends in Canada, tomorrow will be Canada Day, so it's a holiday. But yeah, I wish you a wonderful, wonderful evening.